What's up, SNA? About that delay and the technical difficulties, but back here with this SmackDown review on the second clip video. But yeah, your winners on the mid card match, the first mid card match to be the exact. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne of the British Strong Style, even to the faction. And they started in WWE at the same time, even wrestling each other at the independent scene in the UK. In the UK, since then, when they were in their teens, I believe. But let's move on to the next slide. And who do you think they're gonna face on the Monday Night Raw side? As soon as we have this kind of four-way eliminator number one contenders match. Do you think it's gonna comments down below? Which I believe it could be the all true. They could win all the way, but this even though I'm fantasy booking here, but it would make sense in the story. Even though some would prefer like a DIY or maybe even the Street Profits to dethrone the Judgment Day for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. But I was like, if there's any point that Damian Priest is gonna be out of the Judgment, Damian Priest face someone like a Finn Balor, or somebody on the Judgment Day, and at WrestleMania, which I believe that Damian Priest will have that moment and defeat the Prince of the Judgment Day. That story for another day. But let's move on to the next slide, and let's we got a recap of Monday Night Raw when Nia Jax brutally assaulted Rhea Ripley, and he's like, you can face EO or anybody you want that's a champion besides the current Women's World Heavyweight Champion, because because whoever you make your because I'm gonna beat Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Champion, and I bet that you do not want to face me. And this is where Bayley was like, yeah, I'm gonna make my announcement tonight. She said Friday at the time, which is tonight. But this is where we got a backstage. We got a backstage segment between the champions, and the three Japanese stars, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi, saying they could be very dishonest. And this is where they start saying things that mostly was in Japanese, and unfortunately, I don't really speak it, let alone understanding much of it. But this is where they said, and this is where, but the only thing I can understand what Io Sky's mouth what came out of her mouth was no need to worry about it, girls. Bayley is done tonight. And this is where they walked out of the locker room. This is where Bayley saw this from afar. Well, not really much of afar, but right in the back side of the locker room. You realizing that they're not really her friends. They're just girls that are trying to benefit off of her, becoming champions, and then kick her right in the dirt when they don't need her. But luckily, Bayley shut them down as soon as she made her announcement and showed their true colors right out in the public in the arena. And when she made her appearance, that's where she said hi to everybody, and that was in Birmingham. That was a paid attendance. And this is where we got her the winner announcement. Well, they showed Cody. I'm sure about them beating you. And this is where Bayley's like, I'm not sure if I will have any momentum of coming to WrestleMania. And this is where Rhea Ripley still watched this from afar. And this was just they were there for me, every single one of them, especially Asuka and Kairi, everyone. And they did me for the car rides. They were there for when I came back crying to the locker room because this wasn't working out the way I thought it did. But even in the hard times, Damage Control was there for me. Damage Control, is more, and they're more than just the women's faction of All Control. Damage Control is pretty much family to me. And fans are booing well, I'm not sure if that's completely true, because even if they were family, they're not the much honest members of your family, because they're trying to take you out. It's starting tonight. But anyway, this is where Bayley then turned around. This is where Io Sky and and the Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane was in the ring. This is where they're like there's nothing. Like, we're just here to we're just here listening what you're saying about us, and it's very true and very nice and sweet what you're saying about us. Like, and they were like, okay, continue, no problem about it. This is where we did continue this promo.
That's yours.
Uncle Julian's. Okay, thank you.
That's yours.
Appreciate that.
That
And this is where Bailey did continue on the promo saying, I've been thinking about magic, and I think about being the best. And for me to be the absolutely best, I have to beat one of the best. And that brings me to Rhea Ripley. And I was like, maybe that's the case when compared to her and Io Sky right now. But that doesn't mean she's going to like the Sky right now. But we all know that may not be the case. And even if it was, like, she wouldn't be signing a contract of that deal. Like, if she was chose to sign a contract, but for now, I'm not sure they're gonna give him the sign a contract with. And it is where damage control. The rest of the damage control is like. They were discussing some whispering while behind Bailey's back. Just when Bailey turned around, they pretend that they weren't saying anything. Just was like, oh, nothing. Like, we're just here to talk about the best the best things, the best stuff. What you're talking about right now, like this, where Bailey was like, okay, I can talk about like a different fight right here. Like, if I don't want to choose, fans are cheering like, yes, like we knew that it's going. We know we knew that you had we knew that you had it in you, and this is where she was like you don't have to be a fight for a championship or even holding the title. Sometimes like it's more personal.